Welcome to the C1D Paintball Podcast. You can listen to us on Spotify, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to join our Discord. It's the best place to connect with other paintball fans, talk strategy, share stories, and show your love for the game.
Huge news, Roy. The C1D Paintball team has a podcast. Yes, that's right, Dick. Wild bunch, those C1D fellas. Tune in every Sunday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time for an amazing podcast.
Dad, come on.
Late afternoon, gear on the hood. Dust in the air, feels understood. Turn it up, let the signal bleed. This game is played on his win or bleed. You're crooning now.
Hey there. Welcome to the C1D Paintball Podcast. I'm Andrew, one of the three hosts tonight. If you've listened to the show before and you're listening on Spotify, so you don't have the advantage of already seeing who's here, guess who's not here? If three of us are here. It's that Jeff who insists on making money for his family, but who we do have.
Rude.
We have Mike, who was my conscience for that one, who said rude. Welcome, Mike. We have a story to tell about you. We probably have to fit it in after paintball stuff because anyway, we'll get to that. And we also have the man, the myth, the legend, who actually played the last time out. Connor, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Good to be back.
Good to be back, and it's good to have you back here. Okay, so we are between weekends. The C1D, we play every second weekend. So we're between weekends, so kind of an open agenda with this. And but things are going to get pretty busy now. Owen, hey, hello, Owen. Who else do we have there that chimed in before? I was looking there, but
We got
Dave. Trucker Dave is in.
Chris.
Adam, Chris. Of course, Chris. Of course, Chris is in there. We've only got 2 more game days before D-Day. And of course, I made the schedule last year and this year specifically that 2 weeks out from D-Day before. You know, we have a weekend off, although we can go out if we want, but just to get the rest in and everything. So we do everything around that. But that game before D-Day is kind of a gear check. I always get my marker cleaned out right before, so then I can play that day and take it easy just to make sure everything's cool. And yeah, one more fun. Actually, they'll both be fun days. Actually, Connor, would you like to announce a special guest who's going to be there the 23rd?
Yeah. No, my girlfriend's coming out for her first time, so it's gonna be fun.
That's awesome.
Got her some stuff to use, and might have to get some other stuff to borrow for her. But yeah, no, she's really excited to come out. So yeah, be a lot of
Dude,
fun.
that's so exciting. Hold on one sec. Babe,
You're playing one against her, right?
there goes my dog. Connor's girlfriend's coming to play with us.
Yeah,
Dog's
she's coming
happy.
out. Yeah, no, we're talking about it just today, actually, whether she's still undecided whether she wants to play against me all day or with me. So we'll see.
Mm. Wow. Yeah, that could be an interesting one because
Yeah.
it might be good to have her actually. Hey, James. James listening here. By the way, if you're listening on Spotify and you wonder why we just call out guys' names, is we do have a chat here. So, I do hear voices in my head, so it's we can use that for multiple things.
Miranda's really excited, by the way, about
That's
your
awesome.
girlfriend coming out.
No, she asked right away whether you and Miranda will be out. I'm like, yeah, there's no
Bet your
promise on
ass.
when they'll get there, but they'll be there.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's
Connor,
not even it doesn't even hurt my feelings anymore.
All right. So we got a couple of loose things we're kind of throwing out there today. And one is really interesting because we got asked by Eric, the owner of Warzone Paintball, is of course the terminal field, so laid out like an airfield, a small airfield. There we pulled it up if you are watching and have the visual aids that non-Spotify has. Right now, that is the terminal. So you basically, if you haven't got the luxury of watching it, it's pretty straightforward. Think of a box. You got a big 3-story building in the middle. That's kind of like a rectangle where it goes. It's longer going up and down, vertically than horizontally. I think I got those words correct, but there's a 50% chance I do. So that's your tower, 3 floors. To the right of it is a very big building that's currently built. That every time we go blows us away as we see the nooks and crannies inside it. That's going to be 3 floors. So Eric asked us, he goes, he said, hey, you guys want to just give me your opinion on where to put other barriers in the field. He goes, because we're putting 2 more 3-story buildings. And I'm sitting there and my jaw's like dropping. And it's like, yeah, man, we'd be more than happy to do that.
Mhm.
But then I realized we don't know where those 3-story buildings are going to be, how they're going to be shaped. And as much as I'm sitting there going, yeah, I want to pick the barriers and that, or at least give my opinion on it, without knowing where they are. I mean, I think it's better speculation, like where could they go?
Mm-hmm.
So James and a lot of the guys, like we've been saying, because they've been putting this up for 2 years, because originally the top corner of the field, a lot of it was a sunken pit. So they literally have been, what's the term when you, anyway, they've been
Landscaping?
landfilling it, making sure it's all steady and secure. And for a field that has upstairs, if you think upstairs, there's nothing higher than 1 story. It's all ground level. All the buildings are ground level. You have that little metal tower, also from an airport, ironically. It's 2 floors, but it's kind of an out of bounds thing, and you got to be crazy to go on it. So all of a sudden, to have 4 buildings that are going to have 3 floors on it. I mean, there's many things to be said. As an individual field, I think that would rock. And obviously, it's also the very top highest part of the field. And
Yes.
and Warsaw's on a mountain, so it is the pinnacle of everything. Connor, I'll let Mike. Do you want to go first? I mean, like I said, for me, it's all about where those buildings go, and I'm just happy, and I'll hold reservation on it. But 4 buildings with 3 levels. For me, what you got to put in between is it's going to be a little crowded, and you can't put anything in the top right because a road goes there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, I mean, honestly, maybe sandbag the door area. So this way, when people try to leave the building, they don't get spawn killed, and just roll some barrels around. So what works one day may not work the next, and give it a try kind of thing.
Right.
Maybe Eric was just teasing me. It's like, oh yes, we're putting 4 3-story buildings.
I think I missed when he said that, because I was right behind you when he asked, and I think that I failed to ask the most important question. And if you guys know this, just fill me in. But I was having a hard time because I don't know where the spawns are going to be particularly. So that kind of made me like, oh, I put a few things here in my head, and then I was like, well, if it spawns from over here, then it's not going to make much sense. So I had a little struggle with that. But you guys, this might be a very unpopular opinion. But in my head, I'm focusing more on big game aspects, not
Mhm.
not the single map in itself, because not knowing the spawns and stuff. But I wouldn't overcrowd the inside of that. I would put up a few barriers, like tall, skinny barriers, like wood or something like that, but just to move up, like to try to capture that building or something like that. But particularly I think, which is the unpopular opinion, is not put too much stuff in there. You know what I mean? Because when he asked, I was like, oh, just leave it empty. But then I think you, Andrew, was like, well, it's going to be impossible to move, up to that building. There's 3 floors shooting down at you. So I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So some nice tall barriers, ones that you don't have to like lay down, because if you run up and someone's on the 3rd floor, they can just shoot over the barrier and shoot you in the head. So I'm just thinking some like coffin style, you know what I mean? Stand up coffin style. I see them at Capital Combat Zone all the time. So that's what kind of popped into my head. These nice tall things that are shaped like a coffin. Only one person can get behind it. So it's almost like if you're trying to capture that building or like get in there to flush people out, it would be kind of fun to like, all right, you move up to this one, I'll cover you, and then kind of go up like that way. But if just again, this is my opinion, I feel like if they flood that field with too much stuff, it's just going to be crazy, because like you're going to be focusing on all these barriers in the middle, getting sniped from the tower. But that was pretty much my thing. I'm more of an aspect of playing that map in the big games, and adding that in than playing it on a singular one. I'm still excited nonetheless. Another thing that I thought would be cool, and I forgot who I was spitballing it with. It was either the ref or it was Eric. I'm not really sure, and I hope I'm not giving away anything here that's not supposed to be. But we were talking about putting like walkways, elevated walkways, maybe on the 2nd floor to connect 2-3 buildings, 2-3-story buildings. So when crossing them, they have like low guardrails, so you got to be careful crossing them. But it would be able to get from one building to the next. But that would be kind of cool, having elevated, or even just a container with some cutouts for windows or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much where I was at with it. No matter what they do with it, it's going to be super cool, new, and exciting. So I'm really excited to see what's up.
Connor, we'll get your opinion on it, and then we'll actually read the opinion of Jeff, who was kind enough, who ironically works at an airport, whose input would be the most important, and who could possibly steal some shit to put on the field.
Yeah.
It'd be good. One of those, the luggage thing, the thing that pulls the luggage, just snake that through.
I think keeping it. Chris has got a cool idea. It's like trying to keep it in the theme, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the military,
Keep a close military field, enough random, keep runway clear for plane. Well, you know what they can make? An anti-aircraft and little pit with sandbags. Connor, I introduced you and I just talked over you again.
Sorry, yeah, I did it too.
Now that your freshly shaven face has stopped bleeding, it's true. It's true. The things he does to look that good.
Yeah.
I should take some notes. My neck beard is just out of control.
Hey, it's fitting if you're playing Rust.
Oh, you got me there.
I'm sorry.
Got me there.
That's the last one, I promise.
I haven't had time to shave. I've been playing this game for 160 hours straight and I haven't slept.
Seriously. You're lucky I don't have a computer. I'd be with you.
Oh,
anyways, for my ideas, a lot of it I think Mike nailed. I think the big problem that could happen with this map, if they open it up and they don't have it, that could kind of maybe potentially really sour it, is that if they're adding 2 other buildings, I think you add them along the west side of, well, in terms of the map on the left side. And I think what you have to do, if there's 4 buildings, you have to connect, 2 of them have to be connected together. So currently the 3 stories, they should be connected together, I feel. And then the 2 new buildings that haven't been constructed yet should be connected. Because the way I see it is that if you just have 4 buildings that are all these isolated things to run to, nobody's ever going to leave their building.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. Especially if you want it to be more realistic in terms of it's an active airfield terminal where planes are and you're going to have minimal cover. You have to have these buildings connected together, or else they're never going to be used really inside when you're playing specifically on that map. I feel that nobody's going to want to move, and so I think the best idea is what Mike said, is that you have a bridge connecting two buildings together only on the second floor. So it's not some sort of thing. It's like whoever races up to the third floor or whatever. It's second floor makes sense. And I think in terms of cover, if you're doing, in terms of like a former airstrip terminal where it's like now a scrapyard, I think the best piece of covers you could have are like plane wings that you can imagine, like a plane crash and it's like sticking out of the ground so tall.
Oh, the Mirabelle paintball.
Mirabelle style, yeah.
Yeah, because you can't have barrels on this field unless you're playing building list, because it's going to be useless. If somebody's on the second floor, you have to be lying down, and if you're on the third floor, the cover's not very good, I feel. But then I think the best sort of thing that could be fun to use, it can even be recycled, is from the silos. I think, when you're boarding a plane, that there's those things, that you walk down that fold up.
Yeah.
And you go onto it to get onto the plane. You have stuff like that. So when you're going outside, you have cover that covers your head, that you're like in a cylinder.
They could use those.
If you don't have this cover that's either really tall or covers you from above, I don't think anybody would move. And so if you do both those things, or you have things you can actually move between the buildings from one to another, but you also have cover outside that's legit in
Jetway. Jeff said Jetway.
Yeah, Jetway. Thank you, Jeff. I think that's like the most like the best of both worlds for people, whether you want to stay in a building or get out of the buildings. And yeah,
I agree 150%.
Now, what's interesting is we have to mention about this, and this may sound really nerdy for those of you who don't know the field, or you know how passionate we are. The middle building, the tower, the control tower, is very narrow. Windmill blades would work too. So we just get a hacksaw and cut down a windmill.
Yeah, easy peasy. I got a ton of them over here. I won't have a problem getting that over there.
Yeah. Whole bunch of things running through my head. I'm going to be quiet because I'll end up talking about politics. But the thing about that building is it is incredibly narrow. There's an opening on each side. And if you're on all three floors, when you're shooting, it's basically a stairway going up. So the windows are kind of narrow. So even though it's 3 levels and it's going to be in the middle, it's going to be like, when you're playing a video game and domination, and there's that one in the middle that always turns over, and it's like, well, who gives a shit? We got 3 of the other ones. It could be that. And you could incorporate a game type into that, because the other currently building that's built, and with Jeff talking, by the way, it reminded me that I got to read what he wrote. The other building that's there already is huge in comparison. It covers, it's big and tall, and the other one's skinny and tall and kind of like pierces towards the sky. And this one is just like, Spirit Air might be willing to sell some stuff cheap. Oh shit! Oh, too soon. Hasn't even been 24 hours. That building itself looks incredibly formidable. But of course, every time we go, they've added something. It's like, oh, this is cool. 2 floors. Yeah, we're adding a 3rd floor. Oh, you got 2 back rooms here. Yeah, we're going to cut the windows where we think the angles are going to be best. And I'm like you, Mike. I go out the back window in there and I'm looking south, and it's like, I'm thinking about a big game, because in a regular game on that field, that's going to be one of your spawns. You'll probably have something in the top left, and inside it's kind of a mini maze, but there's only one stairwell going up. But there are 2 doors in what is a maze underneath. Let me read what Jeff wrote, by the way, for his input on the
I have a quick thought now, just an afterthought, thinking about Lancaster. You see, let me pull this picture back up real quick. Right above the safe zone, I'd say in between the safe zone and those first 3 barrels on the road.
Yes, sir.
What if there was like a covered machine gun? You know how they have that on the the field at Lancaster, the like covered.
Oh, like a
machine
nest,
gun.
a sunken
Yeah,
nest.
a
You
nest.
got the
There you
posts
go.
with the netting on top of it.
Yes,
Yeah,
because that would give you up cover with the slit to, you know, kind of shoot. I think that
Yeah.
would be cool because there's nothing like that at Warzone, and those are really cool bunkers to kind of get down in and assess the situation of the whole field.
Mhm.
And if they kind of put it in there right in between that first white building and the middle 3 building, it would just kind of be
Mhm.
cool. Just an afterthought. Fuel
It's like an
truck, yeah, does that.
yeah, like an anti-aircraft gun, which you have at airfields to stop it from being raided. You can also put one north of that,
Oh my God.
balance it out. I mean, it
Mhm.
would be nice if they could get something in the style of like a airport or aircrafts and all that. But at the end of the day, you just want it to be a functional field. I think sandbags will be big in that. Let's read what Jeff wrote. He wrote why he didn't have time to record. So he wrote an excuse at first before probably dictating to his phone, not even taking the time to type it by hand. And I'm only saying that because I do it. 2 feet deep, 4 sandbags high. 2 feet deep, 4 sandbags high. Get your shovel. Let's do this. Actually, they can do it. They got the backhoe there. It's up on an incline too, eh? So you could, yeah, you could actually make a 2 foot deep pretty easy going uphill. That would be kind of interesting. That would be difficult to attack and possibly insane to defend. Okay, so let me read here, Jeff. My idea would be a 90-degree angled building in the top left corner. So not just fitting in the corner, but a 90 degrees. So this way, kind of like looking down on every other part in the field. One end is a 2-story high warehouse with a balcony walkway going around it. Oh God, I wish. Middle tower, right angle access is only from the second floor of both buildings. So you can only get to that lower side of the building, ground floor, open space, garage, second floor, observation deck. Third floor offices connects to the middle tower. Ooh, he's got a picture in his head there. I'm trying to like, wow, that would be cool. I think he's talking about having that kind of on a, you see where the plane is right now, almost like, but more of an angle. So this way, man, I see what he's talking about. That could dominate over that, but you also don't want to waste the space behind it. But yeah, warehouse. Look, 2/3, 3-story buildings. We're gonna have to go ask Eric. It's like, where are you putting these buildings?
And the spawns.
And the spawns, yeah. I mean, the spawns. I think bottom right, bottom left. You could even do something crazy. You could have multiple teams in this.
I think he mentioned either in between those 2 north crates or to the right of that north crate was going to be another building, or he's going to turn one of those crates into a 3-story building.
Okay, yeah.
So it's going to be, there's definitely one on the north side.
Yeah, it's probably just beside the road there.
It might even be tucked back behind them crates, and it's not on this map actually.
It could be the field goes back a little bit.
Yeah.
So that is definitely possible. So, I mean, look, there's lots of things. This is so wild, eh? We've been talking about this field for 2 years. Could also add one on the far side of the runway. Yeah, exactly. Could add one on the far side of the runway. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here. And it is really great. I liked it last time we were out there. It's like, guys, we got to walk around here. And we start talking and you hear everybody, oh man. Of course, stupid me, I didn't have my camera on. Just people freaking out like, oh my God, this and that. And just a lot of work. But I mean, they're putting up 2 more buildings in it. You got to be realistic as the field will open this year, but I'm not sure if all 4 buildings will be in play, but maybe by the end of the year, but we'll see what happens.
I think us personally, like I said, it's going to be fun playing on that map regardless, but I think we're going to have the most fun with big games, mini big games. Adding 4 maps together with that thing is just going to be wild. Like charge the hill, charge the tower. There's so many possibilities like that we couldn't even fathom because we haven't had such a cool field with, so I think a lot of things are going to start popping as soon as that field opens.
Yeah. Well, there's no, we kind of mentioned it before. We're trying to work on a little project. We've had many big games in before that. I only think one of them we did as a night event. Otherwise, we just kind of did it ad hoc, just showing up there. But we do have kind of a mini event building on what we've been doing for already 3 years, trying out making bigger games as they go. We also have that area between that forested area that's really done. Guys, we have to play the forest the next time out. I think we have to flush
I
that
think we've
out.
been skipping it. We just just falls out of our mind because we play Village and we play Market, and then it's like, oh, it's lunchtime. But yes, can we please fit in 1 or 2 games in there? Because I love it. It's such a nitty gritty, down
It's
and dirty.
so open.
I love it.
So
But look
hot.
at there's
Good.
that famous picture, man, of me and you sitting right like bunker. I'm here, you're there, and for a second we didn't know. Well, I didn't know you were there.
Yeah, no, I saw you run in. I didn't air up my gun.
Yeah.
So I was shooting and pulling it back over and over, trying to get you as you ran by.
Yeah, as I jogged slowly by. I'm really careful in there, and just like Andrew was mentioning at the beginning of the podcast, we got 2 more outings. So you're gonna see this guy being extra careful because I'm not rolling an ankle or pulling out my back. It's gonna be, I'm gonna take it nice and easy, and I'm gonna wear 2 cups next time.
Yeah. So everything happens in threes. So I got bagged the second time out. You got it last time. So everybody cup up until number 3 gets hit.
Yeah, cup up. That's huge. We should just add that to the something, the code or the rules, or cup up.
Cup up, buddy. Connor, I got something for you.
Cup up.
I think I mentioned this for you. It's also for Mike. I'm not just okay. We played in a bush last night. Oh, they played in. Yeah, you played in that bush field at night.
They've been.
Did
playing,
they find everybody?
They've been playing at Lancaster quite a bit, I think, or working there or something.
I'm
really excited to get back there this year as well.
I want to bring. What is it? We had 16 out last time at Warzone, and I thoroughly appreciate every member, every person that just hangs out with us, going to the field. But so I don't brag about numbers and I don't ask for numbers, but this is an event we have to have numbers. Lancaster is a very unique field. The guys are working on. You can feel the care in there. Connor, what did you think? Because of course that was the day after your foot was severed.
Which he can't escape of any of the comics, by the way.
Oh, by the way, here's AI. I use the same AI, and I do another you go in and there's a story mode. So out of curiosity, here's somebody's talking. What's the pricing lat at Warzone? Looking at their site, a whole lot other packages. I bring my own gear, but a case is what price? Oh my gosh, we're members. Oh my gosh,
we should know the answer to this question very quick. I close my eyes and swipe my card.
It's not so expensive that we don't tell you here just to trap you to go there and be forced to pay. It is the cheapest paint in Montreal. When you go, there's a couple of indoor fields, and of course there's Mirabel paintball, and their paint is more expensive. Now I'm not shitting on Mirabel paintball. Mirabel paintball is a fantasy-like field. And it costs money to do that, and you make your money on paint. So I totally get that, but it is pretty cheap on paint. I think we get 500 balls for like, I don't know, $30 or something.
So it's, I believe, non-members, I think it's $30 entry, as low as $80. Yeah, it says $80 with 2,000 paintballs.
Depending what paintballs you get. Yeah, you can get it. Yeah. What was the paint, by the way? What was the paint that we all loved last year until we didn't?
You were saying graffiti, right?
Yeah, graffiti, man.
The graffiti, and all of us, we're playing with it and Connor, you know me, I've never said, oh man, the paint's really good today. I never say that. And when we first used it, Marco Polo, I'm not sure if Jeff should be operating heavy machinery while he's working tonight. That's all. I'm just going to drop that one on him. I said it'd be coming out in June. I'm thinking of joining you guys for warm up on the 23rd. Come join us for warm up on the 23rd. If you intend on playing D-Day, and tomorrow they announce the generals, so we're going to find out who we're playing behind. We are going to be on the access side. Cases are 120. Okay, so there you go. Thank you very much, Adam.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you.
And that's good. Mario's here. Mario,
Pierre, who's that sexy guy in your picture?
Monsieur Mario. Pierre, you're only allowed to tell us if the Habs score. So that's your job. Oh, so Graffiti, not only did the quality go down, but Graffiti is no more, but Vulcan lives with HK now. Yeah. We're talking before we got sign line with the paint
You're
there. No,
talking
it
about
is.
my foot.
Oh yeah, we're talking about your severed foot. Oh yeah. I did so many stories on AI, those book things, right? That when I said, okay, so I do the characters, and I knew that it would remember stuff. Like I said, Andrew's doing this, so they know I'm supposed to have gray hair and like a beard. They know you're supposed to be young Connor, but long hair. They know that Jeff is has a darker complexion than me, one could say. I also the heights and that. So what I did is I told a story and I said, do this. And for those who didn't know, it was the last one, the samurai one, the one for 420 I did, where we all go to some pot and play championship because that's what AI decided. And just because it's used to me saying Connor loses his foot, I didn't even say it. And halfway through, his foot gets hurt, and his character in it says, "I can't believe this keeps happening." He says something like that. So AI just ran with it. We just ran with it. My question though, Connor, is you hurt your foot, so you didn't go the second. You saw the new trench system a bit set up there. Apparently, Trucker Dave has said that they've added even more to it. What do you think? When you saw the video, were you ready to jump in, or was your mind back in the wheat field? Wondering if you would thinking about the cheese game, cheese hat.
Cheese hat.
What do you think about that trench? And just like Mike mentioned, there's a corner of it that's a real dug-in, burrowed area with sandbags and a top and everything.
Yeah, no, I mean, I remember, using them and finding that they're pretty viable and stuff, especially since you're running up they're shooting down on you from the hill. Just I guess the only thing is you have to hop over, and if you're going to the next trench, it's pretty dang far. And so maybe, if they have a sort of network where you can, go in between them like that, like where it's connected, like I guess like an eye, for example.
Yeah,
that's called those are when it comes to trenches, because I'm a bit of a nerd in World War. First of all, Dave, Trucker Dave, we put a boat out there, so now there's a random boat. Or as we like to call cover. Yeah, when you had support trenches and you had trenches that linked them up. So you had your trench front line, which was done in a certain pattern, so you couldn't shoot down the entire length. And you had trenches that went up to supply, and you had communication trenches, which would be just lined up in that. So yeah, you need some more support and approach trenches is what you need. So
exactly. Well, we're lucky it's not a multi-day battle. So we don't have the logistics to feed everybody. We don't have to worry about that. So
is that a challenge, kid? Is that a challenge? I'm sensing a challenge. I'm sensing we can pick up some A&W, get some ice and some coolers. We're good. We're good to go.
You could have a mini big game on there with 15 people, 16 people just clashing, over something. We could come up with something.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
It's just so hot. It's hard to play like a longevity on that field. Yeah. There's not a lot unless you're up on top where the trees are. There's nothing.
There's no trees. Yeah, I always joke with you, Connor, that when I'm really tired, I'll let you drive home from paintball, and I never do, but there's a damn good chance it happens this year. Jeffrey Hinkson, challenge. Remember, folks, don't do
artillery.
Don't do narcotics and go to work. Let's hope the water is gone.
Oh yeah, the trenches are usually pretty. Well, we go in. When do we go?
We went last year in July. After I think it might, just the first week of July or right before. That's the trouble, is if you actually dig a trench, it is all about the water and the water drainage. Because in fact, during the Great War, the First World War, that was a problem with the water drainage. Right now, the trenches are fairly shallow. I'd say they're about 2.5 or when we went last year, as Trucker Dave mentioned, they're working on it now. It was about 2.5, 3 feet high. So you crawled, agreed definitely to the entire forest field. Yeah. No, I did it with the shield once, but if they dug another 2 or 3 feet, I mean, then you're talking about cave-ins, you're talking about real water issues. But hey, that's the field's problem. If you want to make 6-foot trenches that are actually kick-ass, I'll go for it.
Yeah, right. 40 guys on the hill.
Tyler had
Wow.
40 guys.
That's
on the hill.
absurd.
That is
Wicked.
that is a situation where on attack I could actually even get a kill.
Or even get behind. You wouldn't even be able. You'd step out from behind that camper and just get barraged.
Oh
That
my
camper
God.
spawn.
That's the infamous spawn point. Yeah.
Yeah, gravel base or some kind of stone on the
2x6
bottom.
Yeah,
And-
duck. Yeah, you could do 2x6 boards, duck boards. You could do the duck boards if you've got a good natural drainage. You put the gravel and just a little walkway where you need it, because most likely the support trenches going into the front line, those kind of go on an angle a bit down. So if you've got the gravel where it kind of the lowest part is, that could actually work as long as it drains and you know that it just needs 2 or 3 hours. The duck boards will keep it from getting muddy. Army Paintball and Swift has some deep, epic trenches, almost 2 kilometers of trenches explore. Did you see Alpha's Alpha posted a video of a field, I believe in Saskatchewan, and it has narrow trenches rather. I'm talking trenches, but they go all over the place. They have covers. It looks really, really wild. So trenches are interesting, that's for sure. But I want to do something different now. I want to make a story where Connor doesn't hurt his foot. No, I want to talk about new game types. Specifically, I was thinking Cardy's already got his eye roll ready. Tire ball, which I've got this beautiful background on the computer of a kind of a Pablo Picasso interpretation of tire ball. I want to play some sort of game like Gladiator. Players have shields and pistols with limited ammo. Maybe even like a third shield or a fourth shield to have a free-for-all. So you've got let's say you've got 2 or 3 mags on your Tipex and you got a shield. And we use the old tried and true rule that after 2 minutes, let's say, or maybe after a minute, they have to go to the spire and battle it out. And if 2 guys have their hands on the spire, or all 3 of them do, then it's just they're all next to each other. Then it's sudden death. So, punch each other with the shield or whatever. What can we do to add a game type to tire ball? Besides, Connor, your tag game, your tag team, which is a great idea. Is my Gladiator thing worth trying, worth working on? Connor, Mike, I mean, be honest with me.
I think a free for all, any kind of mode on a free for all would be really fun on tires. I don't think we've ever really done that. Well, I haven't. We've had the 1v1s and a lot of smaller games and stuff, but that would be really fun. I think I'm always down.
Shield and pistol.
For
Shield and pistol.
Play. There's got to be a point in time where you lose the shield and it gets like nitty gritty. You know what I mean? Like so many minutes in, everyone drops their shield or something. Or if you're doing Gladiator, then you almost got to add melee into the aspect of it. Unfortunately, shield, and like after so many minutes, if it's just people kind of getting a little stagnant, then it's like, all right, drop the pistols. It's melee only with your shield, so you can kind of go in there and do that. And I don't know. That's what I think about.
2 magazines.
We'll have to set up a stadium around it and make it all circular and have all the raised seats.
There is a quarry right beside the field, so we get some stone in there, and and they'll find it in a few hundred years, a few thousand years, and
Sorry, I'm missing the chat here, guys.
Connor, is this viable? Inflatable characters, 1v1 pistols. Jeff, I think the fumes from the aircraft fuel is getting to you. Connor, what do you think of Gladiator? Or what do you think? You know, am I reaching for straws here? You're very good at fun game types on the fly. Now that I put you on the spot, it might not be easy for you to answer.
Personally, I think you lost the plot. So it makes paintball a little bit. Okay,
No,
it's a great idea. It's a great idea. I just don't. I think you can work on other fields, just not that one. Because the thing is with that is that it's way. I think that's the most linear field.
So skinny too.
It's too skinny and it's
Yeah.
rectangular, so you can't do a free for all. And with how stuff is currently, at least with because all the barriers are arranged,
North, south.
vertically. So
Yeah.
like, there's no way you could have 4 people and some people starting at the north and south because they're just gonna they don't have cover to use. So I mean,
Okay.
it could be, that's why I think, like obviously it's so good for these small scale games like this 1v1, 2v2, where it's like you're fighting basically in a hallway. If you think about it, it's like you can only go forward. There's no flanking, pretty much.
Okay. Hear me out.
2v2. 2v2.
Hear me out. Hear me
So
out.
I think 2v2 would work, and I had that idea when you're talking this gladiator thing, where I think it'd be cool if you had teams of 2, and maybe you have a gunner, so somebody with a pistol, then you have somebody with a shield that's trying to call things out, or something.
Strictly shield, no weapon whatsoever, except maybe a squeegee for melee, right? That could work.
That's the thing, though, is like I thought of that too, but it's just right away. If somebody has a pistol and you have a shield, like what's stopping you from just like sprinting at them and just immediately taking them out?
They have a pistol too.
Shoot them in the foot.
Yeah, but that field, there's way too much head high cover that you can just navigate behind, and they only see your head, and they won't ever see your feet.
True.
I think that's why you couldn't really use a shield on that field. But then I was also thinking of this. That's pretty cool, but it's a lot more difficult.
Okay.
If you want to do the same
Hit us
exact
up.
thing, it can work doing 2v2 or having a gladiator 1-on-1 with shields. You need to have a tiny shield, a small shield, like not Captain America, but like round, like
Shield bash.
like not too big. And so when you see a shot coming at you, it's not like you're blocking your whole face. You have to move it to block stuff.
Right.
So think like a hockey blocker is the size of the shield.
I've
I
seen
think
when
that'd
I
be
got
pretty cool if you're using this and you're trying to block stuff and you have literally a hockey block. I think that'd be pretty badass.
All right. I bought my shield, my proper shield, like the rectangular one.
I think I lost the plot too by saying we should use hockey blockers in paintball.
What about if we moved this back one field into woods, because a woods free for all would be absolutely epic.
I see the thing about woods.
Again, it's a north south. It's kind of a big hallway too.
Yeah, it's just obviously it's not its full on field. I think for it to have some sort of thing like that, it's just got to be a little more cover to it, I guess. Because I think it's awesome and stuff. That it's very minimal, but yeah. Because every single time I've played it, I've started on the tire ball side. Yeah, buckler shield's good. Yeah, I've always started on the tire ball side on woods, and it's like you literally, if you do not run up past the 2 first things, there's no cover. If you start on the village side, you have so much cover compared to move up pretty safe. Yeah. So yeah, so that's why I think for free for all would kind of just make it that whoever's starting at tires is just like on this hill so far away, and there's no man's land to get to them. So
yeah, maybe if you started up by the first set of bunkers and then you use those 2 corners and then the 2 back corners where the bunkers start, maybe like a person free for all.
No,
but yeah, now that I think about it, it is kind of like just a fat hallway because all the bunkers are kind of only north south. There's a couple that are crooked, but most of them are like you'd be screwed if you started on the sides.
Yeah, for sure. Especially the tape line. I guess like you playing in a big game, right? It makes sense to go along that tape line, but when you're playing on the woods in the context of it, it's like so it's a little barren going that way. So if you kind of start on that side, it'd be a little tough. But no, starting the corners is good.
How about 4-person free for all? No shield. You're all in the middle.
Turn off the hockey game. You're jinxing us. I can see it right now. Turn that crap off. Just to
That's
make
true,
you'd rather be
Pierre.
watching the game than talking about
Pierre, only if the Habs score do you chime in on this. And if you're not listening this because you watched a hockey game, you are thoroughly understood. How about 4 people? They all got their hand on Spire. Referee goes goal, then he go. Then he counts 5 or 3, 2, 1 or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You run wherever you want, and when the ref does go the second time, that's when you start firing.
One more. Sorry, that
it's like
went
a Hunger Games sort of thing where you start in
You're
the
touching Spire.
on it.
Oh,
Then there's a
you-
countdown, and you have to run away.
Yeah, we used to
And
do
after
that
a few
at
seconds, then you can start blasting each other.
yeah,
The
we used to do
1v1 we had
at,
that.
Army Globe.
At Army Globe too, yeah. Yeah, you
At
have
the
your
end of the
backs
night.
lined up to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, get to wherever you feel it could be.
Yeah,
That was
because you could have went mountain back then. You could go hide in a hotel if you want. Yeah.
One time we
feel
were
like-
doing that, and we all ran, and then all of a sudden the freaking lights turned off. And then he just walked out, and it was just pure dead silence.
Their
That's
insurance
terrifying.
premiums have never been the same.
Yeah.
I feel like that idea would work really, really well on Village. That you all start at the well,
Ooh.
especially
Village
you
on
get
the well.
you get 4 people in it. So I guess naturally you gravitate. Or, if you want to be really crazy, you get 8 people. So it's not okay. 1 person going per thing.
Oh
Just
shit.
1 point. I think that'd be pretty crazy.
Mm.
I think that's interesting.
I
Why
think we gotta
don't
try that
we
next time we go out?
Okay. Why don't we pick 2 or 3 games we would like to try when we're there next Saturday?
All right, can I ban one?
Jesus Christ, this turned into Rainbow Six Siege? What's going on?
I'm banning them. Okay.
It's like Mary Kill.
I
whatever.
don't know if you mentioned this on the podcast last week when I was sick.
You didn't
said
listen to
something after I did not.
That's okay.
I was
don't-
so sick. You saw. I couldn't even play games. I couldn't even have my headset on. But because you told me after paintball we're doing it next time, like there's no way. That's like weird.
Oh, I
you
know
want
what
to
you're
do a
talking about.
quiet game with kill confirmed?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
hell yeah. And I want to do it on a
Yeah.
very difficult field like base. So this way, I find base, even though it's more open, there is a stealthy aspect that's always there. Village too, but we don't ever. I would like to try it on base because I like base, but it's not my most popular field. It's just so happens it's at Warzone. It's like it's like when you're looking at a really great lineup in a sports team. It's like their worst player may be, the best player on any other team. So I honestly would like to try that. If you want to ban it on any other field, that's fine. Look, we got to do. I know you talked about the Pokemon game. That takes a little bit of organizing, but the tag game, we can do the tag game on Tire Ball next time. Why don't we finally schedule it? Tire Ball on that.
The tag team game?
Yeah, the tag team game. If you're
Yeah,
out, you
like-
got to run back to your spawn. You got to tag the next guy in.
Yes. I
You
love
know?
that. I love that aspect because I mean you could just think about it as a fun game, but you can also kind of put players where they need to be in that tag
Yeah.
team line. Have a real good killer out there, but then have a
Mhm.
real good killer at the end of the lineup.
Yeah. Do you put Michelangelo first or last?
Right.
Because
Do you want
then
them to clean up at the beginning or at the end?
yeah, exactly. It's like these games. A lot of game shows you see on TV where 3 times and you're out, and once you're wrong, your teammate comes in, and the first person like gets 8 out of 10, and it's all gravy from there. So yeah, I like these kind of things, and I also really, really, really want. Maybe we'll do it next week too. I think we should start implementing you're not allowed more than 1 bounce. And
the bounces count. Like
bounces
if you
count.
feel it. If you feel it, like I don't know. It's just the way the balls have been. It might be different because we're in that transition with the seasons, with the cold and the balls.
That's true.
And all that
That's
stuff.
true.
So there's been a lot of bounces, and I've I obviously trust everybody we play with and stuff. No one's cheating, but like I've definitely been watching bounces and like, did I get him? Did I get him? I'm looking for splatter, and I'm like, no, damn it, I bounced it off him 5 times. Like
when Trent had his sniper the very first game last time. Connor, you refed it. You watched that one. Well, didn't ref it. We had the ref. Goal. Ab scored.
I just looked. Pierre, can you please confirm? Is it true that we had 0 shots in the second period?
Yeah,
and they had almost 20 shots.
This was a message from before. I didn't want to interrupt anything with more sports talk, but yeah, he said the Habs forgot to shoot. That was before they just scored a goal.
I've done like 20%
Okay.
marker hits.
I have a thing with the topic of what Dave mentioned. Okay. Marker hits. It's on the topic of marker hits. I find it so weird that people say with this logic that this should count too. Maybe it's because I die 50% of the time and my dad knows because he has to clean it. I'm always dying in the GoPro rather than my mask.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And it's so annoying because that's like my head's not sticking out. It's my camera only because I'm already behind something that's so low and it's just my camera. And like, I don't know. I always go out, but it just feels cheap. And I don't know because
Miranda got taken out last week on her camera. Well,
and she got a hit right off the lens. Yeah,
it's just
it was the screen.
The screen. Sorry.
Yeah, it's because we play with no marker hits that they don't count, but then getting hit in the GoPro doesn't count. And technically, the GoPro, it's not like an extension of your body. Like it's higher than your head. So I don't know.
It kind of is though, because it's not.
It depends on the way you're gonna get shot at too, right? Because sometimes you can get shot downwards, and of course it would have hit the top of your head. But if you're like poking out from something, like like you're just a little finger like this, and it's just your camera, yeah, it's like that's how it feels cheap, I guess. So
take this into consideration. Although it is different, your camera is like a personal thing. Like, hey, I'm here to record this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But think about hitboxes in a video game, and think about the more gear you put on, the bigger your hitbox becomes. Like I'm talking about vests, pouches, because if you got a big pouch hanging off your thing and you get a bust on your pouch, if you didn't have that pouch on, it could have technically went across it, right?
You're right.
It was your choice to put that pouch on. I know it's totally different than a camera because we're just doing it for media and all this fun, but it's like you add more gear, you're making your hitbox a little bigger. Like it's kind of one of those touchy subjects. I get hit in it. I don't even notice. I'll sometimes watch my video and my camera's so hot, you see it's yellow, and then all of a sudden it just starts melting off. And I'm still firing and playing because I didn't realize I got hit in the.
I tell you what, with Connor, because remember when we play D-Day, he's a medic. He hasn't fired a shot in 4 years at a D-Day, and God, what was my point? We just talking about.
He's slowly turning into me.
No. The thing is, we're brainstorming right now, and I love this shit. So I get all these ideas in my head, and Connor, that's the thing about you. You also get hit in the marker a lot because that's what I was going to say. You usually play at Warzone, where marker hits don't count. And so you're used to being aggressive and going around the corners, and you really don't care. I've seen you in your videos because of your camera, where if you're like this and you're holding an angle and they're coming in close to your marker, is you just take your hand away to guide it. You'll just take the other hand and keep it there because, like, who cares if he hits it? I almost think, but I'm a guy who hasn't played without a camera for probably 8 years. So I would like that, though, that camera hits don't count, but not because of the obvious reason that I get knocked out. It's just that, look, they already see where I am. So, I mean, hey.
Yeah. I don't know, because I guess in certain games, like it's... I'm
okay with gun hits. I am too, Jeff. We should add that sometimes, or counting them, yeah. Sorry, Connor.
In certain video games, it takes into account, like, if you have a larger skin, your hitbox is still the same no matter what. Like, but that's assuming everybody's the same weight and builds in paintball, but like because you think Fortnite where there's that giant banana skin and other crazy skins, but it's like after a certain point of its head you're shooting it and it looks like you're hitting it, but because all characters have the same model, it's just going through its head,
going through the hitbox.
So, and especially like I played Rainbow Six for the longest time, and you're like, dude, I'm clearly one shot because it's one shot headshot in that game. It's like, okay, I'm clearly getting this guy in the head using a FAMAS super high rate fire, and it's like, no, it's because he's using a skin, and so he has an earmuff on. But normally he doesn't, and so that earmuff isn't part of his hitbox and whatever. So that's whatever stuff. But just above the head always kind of got me a little upset.
Let's
But
try
no,
that.
you're right.
Let-
It's that.
It does happen. Yeah.
Let's
So-
try that this weekend. Just look, we are a fun group first. When we get ourselves in competitive situations, I think we try it. We go hard and we hold our own. We're respectable. We can go off the fields with our heads held high, knowing we tried our best.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably good because a lot more people are getting cameras now. Junior's getting a camera and everything. It's like, you know what? Don't shoot the cameras because we all go through those problems and everything. Plus, everybody comes to me. Pierre, how much time is left in the hockey game? I'm looking at the time in the
6
corner
minutes.
here. 6 minutes left. Okay. I would just want to mention something. Did you want to finish up on that topic? Because I have one other story to say before we go.
I'm all good. You can get to
okay.
it if you.
All right. So we posted a couple of times where Jeff had squirrels that needed help. And I found it because I do a lot of stuff with squirrels and squirrel rescue and that. For those of you who didn't think I was a big enough geek or nerd, whatever. Yes, I'm at that old man thing. I've got to invest. So when I'm in the park bench in a couple of years, losing my mind even more, the squirrels will at least know me. But Mike gave me a call yesterday. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left. Merci, Pierre. Yeah, they found a baby squirrel. And explain, Mike, because there's only 6 minutes left in the game. Explain in about a minute what happened. And just, I want people to know that if you find a little squirrel somewhere or an animal that's in distress, there are rehabbers everywhere. Yeah. If you say, I'm not equipped to do this, you can go out there and you can do it. And so tell us about this adorable little guy whose life you saved yesterday.
Yeah, so I was going to the store just to get some coffees and going down, our village street. And as I was pulling out of the parking lot, got a little bit down the road, and this little baby squirrel just came right out in the middle of the street. And I didn't really think anything of it. So first thing I do is kind of honk the horn to try to get it out of the way. And it just kind of cowered down like that. And I realized it was a baby. And I'm like, oh my God. So I hopped out real quick, and this thing immediately ran up to me, climbed right up my leg, and was just attached to me. And I was like, oh my God. And I kind of set it down because I've actually never held a squirrel before in my entire life. I didn't know if I was going to get bit. I didn't know. So I set it down.
You cannot get rabies from a squirrel.
Nice.
By the way.
Good to know.
Yeah,
so I set it down, and it ran in my rim of my car, and I was like, oh shit. So I picked it up, and I kind of put it in my hoodie pocket, and it just kind of hung out there. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do.
Yes, you knew what your next step was.
Yeah, it was cold and rainy. I was like, what do I do? Oh, Andrew, the squirrel man. I've seen him and Jeff do this before. So I immediately called him. He pointed me in the, told me to start looking for the rehabilitation centers, blah, blah, blah. So I stayed there for about 20 minutes looking for a nest, looking for the parents, any other squirrels, nothing.
It's called a dray.
Yeah. So
their homes are called drays. I'm educating you now in the squirrel ways because I know shit about paintball.
Squirrels in my pocket, just having a good time warming up. It was cold and wet. So I came home after about 25 minutes, and Miranda was in the shower, and this little guy was just hanging out in my arm as I was walking from my car into the house. So I just walked right into the bathroom with it just on my arm. And I was like, oh, hey. And she's like, is that a baby squirrel? Oh my God. She's freaking out. So Andrew just, it was awesome. Took the time out of his day and hooked me up with some resources and stuff to, and a lot of other people on Facebook as well. Give me some resources to get a hold of some people. And within 10 minutes of being home, a rehabilitation center called and was like, yeah, we're just 20 minutes outside of town. Unfortunately, we won't be home for another 2 hours, but we'll call you. You just come drop them off. We can come pick them up. And let me just throw up some pictures here real quick while I'm talking about it. This was the first time I saw it when I picked it up.
He looks annoying.
We hung out for a couple hours. It just came and it was in my hoodie pocket. It would come out and it would eat the fruit, go back in. This was on the way, bringing it back to the center.
Look, he's got his backwoods and his him and Miranda
Yeah.
got their
I'm gonna
coffees.
say,
of
hopefully he
course.
didn't drink his Stewart's, or else his heart would explode.
No, he was good. He was just hanging out there in my arm, and then there's the C1D picture right there.
Woo!
Just hanging out. His little butt he was like coddled like a baby. His little tail and his butt was out, and he was just so happy to be there. And I'm not gonna lie, I really got like attached within a couple hours, and it was absolutely terrible to have to drop that thing off. But Andrew made a really good point, regardless of, whatever I thought I was doing. It was in such better hands. When I dropped this thing off, the guy had the appropriate milk, the appropriate like place to put it, heat, all that good stuff. And I felt a lot better, but I tell you, I woke up this morning and I was just like so bummed out. So I'm kind of addicted to squirrels now. Long story, I know.
Oh no!
It was amazing.
It's about being kind to people and being kind to these little animals. And by the way, if a squirrel does that, if a young squirrel, and even if you don't know much about squirrels, when they're young, walks up to you like that, follows you, like goes out of its way, puts itself in the open in danger, mom's either gone or it's lost, and it's tried and it's absolutely on its last legs.
Yeah.
And just take the time to contact Andrew or whoever, just Squirrel Rehab. If you're on Facebook, look it up. They do other animals too. And that, some of you guys are laughing and all that, but I tell you what, that was a highlight of my wife and I are still talking about it today.
We had the best Saturday ever.
Simple little things.
And Andrew was like, babe, we're gonna have an awesome Saturday. We're gonna help Mike rescue.
Oh, that's what I said.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, me and Miranda were like, this was the best fucking day ever. Like,
well, we do that. We get calls sometimes and we got to drive squirrels around.
It was amazing. Oh, here's Alpha coming in at the tail end.
Hello, my pretties.
Story.
Alpha, the Habs might win a series.
Shut up. Why
okay, do I say
bye?
There's okay, guys. I want to thank Mike. I want to thank Mike and Miranda for saving a squirrel. I want to thank Connor for getting my priorities straight. I want to thank you for listening. Remember, at the end of the day, it's only game 7. It's only a game.